All right, today I'm giving you guys what I think are the top 5 strongest heroes in all of Marvel Rivals for week 1. Just the first week. And I'm also going to explain why I think they belong at the position I put them. And if you disagree with anything I say or agree with anything I say, think I leave someone out, please let me know in the comments. I absolutely love responding to comments. I love having, little debates about who we think is good, who we think is bad. It's super fun. So please don't be afraid to comment if you have an opinion. And starting off at number 5, we have everyone's favorite hero, Psylocke. Psylocke is so good, does everything you need a DPS to do, has a great burst one-shot mechanic, which I'll show right here.
You're mine. Double kill.
There we go. Look at that one-shot combo. Boom. And has great mobility, has 2 dashes I can use to dash around the site, reposition, and has one of the best abilities in the game in the stealth. It's 3 seconds of pure stealth, and for a character that wants to get to the backline, flank, get rid of the supports, get rid of the squishies, having a pure stealth, true stealth is so helpful. And on top of that, Psylocke has one of my favorite, not my favorite, but one of the best ults probably in the game, that basically huge AoE, she slices up anyone in the AoE, is completely untargetable. This can be used for 2 big things. One, you can use it to dive a backline and take out their whole backline. It's 2-shot on most low health characters, and yeah, it's free kills if you do it that way. But you can also use it if you get caught out and completely go untargetable and use it to escape while you're on cooldown. It's super good, and for that reason I have her at number 5. Also, her design is just super cool. Next at number 4, we have Venom. Venom is easily the best Vanguard in the game, in my opinion. You could make an argument that Captain America is the best, but for me, I don't really think so. I think it's Venom. And for me, why I think it's Venom, his main reason why I think it's him is because his W, or his symbiotic resilience, which is basically a shield that gets higher the lower HP you are when you activate it. So if you're at like 200 HP, 100 HP when you activate this ability, it makes your health go from 100 to, max in shield. It is very good. So you basically get 2 full health bars with this character. And on top of that, he has insane mobility. So not only does he have crazy survivability from his shield, he also has crazy survivability from being able to swing in and out of fights, making him really good at dive with his high damage and basically being unkillable. He has literally everything you could want in a tank, and there's really, in my opinion, no reason to play any other tank over him. I think he just does everything you could want a tank to do. When you're playing against a Venom who just kind of like even has a basic understanding of his kit, knows when to W, knows when to, swing in and out of fights, knows to focus, backline with dives and the knock up from the dive, knows when to ult to keep alive and keep frontlining. He's just a very oppressive character to play against, and it kind of makes it feel like you almost need a Venom as your tank to win sometimes. And for that reason, I have him here at the number 4 spot. Coming in at 3rd place, we have our first support, and it's Mantis. Mantis easily has one of the most overtuned kits in the entire game. She has a sleep that is extremely easy to hit, an insanely good heal, a team and a self damage boost, and one of the best defensive ults in the entire game. Now, hearing that, you'd probably just think that she's just a really good support, and that's why I'm putting her here. But no, not only is she one of the best peer supports in the game, she also has insane DPS. I mean, comparable, if not better than some DPS. She is so strong, and a big issue you usually run into while playing support is that a lot of dive characters like Psylocke, Black Panther, Spider-Man, characters like that really like to focus on the supports and take out the backline because that's their job. Now, with Mantis, if you're good, capable on Mantis, dive is something you can counter with relative ease. If someone dashes onto you and tries to take you out, you can stun them, self DPS boost yourself, and then 2-tap them to the head, 3-tap them to the head with your primary fire, which does ridiculous amounts of damage. And I mean ridiculous. I've played about 3 or 4 games on her so far. In 2 of those games, I've had the most damage in the lobby, while having comparable healing to the rest of the lobby, or the most healing. She's extremely strong, and I think if you're gonna pick a character to one trick out of anyone on this list, I think she might be one of the best, if not the best. Next, at number 2, we have Luna Snow. Luna Snow, in my opinion, is the best pure support in the game. She has some of the most healing in the game with her primary fire. She can keep tanks alive for a very long time, and on top of that, she has a Zenyatta orb, which essentially means you can place a mark on one of your teammates, and they will receive healing when you heal other teammates. So let's say you have a Psylocke, someone on your team who really likes to dive, or like a Spider-Man, and they're very hard to heal. They're very mobile. They're always in the back line. You can't really see them. They're dying a lot. You can put your E or your mark on them and not even worry about them, because while you're healing your tank or your other supports, that person will be getting healing while they're in the back line. It's super, super helpful to put on a flank DPS, in my opinion. That makes it really, really good. Also has a stun, just like Luna or just like Mantis, except this stun can keep them stunned for a really, really long time because it freezes them. If you shoot them, they break out, but if you don't, they can stay frozen for I think like 5 seconds. It lasts a really, really long time. And Luna also has really good damage. Now, it's not as consistent as Mantis, but it's almost as consistent. The thing is with Luna, she does have to use an ability that has a decently long cooldown to empower autos to do a lot of damage. But when she uses it, she does so much damage. I mean, like, can out DPS a lot of DPSs with this ability. And that plus her stun also makes her, just like Mantis, super self-sufficient in combat, allowing her to fight off characters that are diving her pretty easily if you're good with her. Now, if it was just comparing basic kits, I would put Mantis over Luna, but comparing alts, Luna's alt is just a infinitely better version of Mantis's. Mantis's is still really, really good and a really good defensive alt, but Luna Snow's is so overpowered. I think personally it's the single most overpowered ability in the entire game. Basically, it's a huge AoE that if you're standing in it, you either receive a damage boost or a health boost, depending on what the Luna has it set to. Now, in my opinion, I do not think the damage boost is worth it, because the health boost practically makes your team immortal. Actually, to the point where most people just stop fighting and back off when Luna ults. It serves as a counter to basically any offensive alt in the game. For example, like I said earlier, Psylocke has one of the better offensive alts, and Luna Snow completely shuts that alt down. If Psylocke pops her ult and Luna Snow's there and she ults, Psylocke is getting no kills. Now, you could argue that Luna or Mantis could both be in the #1 spot, but for this video, I wanted to put the character that I felt most people would think is the most overpowered, including myself. I think the top 3 are really a toss-up, but if I had to pick who most people are going to say is the most overpowered character in the game, I think it's going to be Bucky. I feel extremely confident in saying that Bucky probably has the most consistent and highest DPS in the entire game. When you pick Bucky up at first, he can feel really, really weak, but the second you understand how his reload works, he is so powerful. Basically, he has 3 shots in a mag, and when he, runs out, he has to reload. But if you use an ability, it's instantly reloaded after the ability is cast. So basically, you want to shoot 3 bullets, use an ability, shoot 3 bullets, use an ability, and the basic combo that's shown in Marvel Rivals when you hover him is the ideal one to do, and it's just so good. On paper, if you looked at the abilities individually, you would not think this hero is nearly as strong as he actually is. But the thing is, his primary fire is his bread and butter, and every ability in his kit perfectly complements his primary fire and makes him feel like one of the most cohesive and well put together champs in the game. Now, on top of that, he has one of, if not the most powerful offensive alts in the game, where basically he launches himself in the air and jumps down and executes anyone in that AoE below a certain health threshold. And if he gets a kill with it, it resets. Now, he can also not kill someone and hit them, and if he hits them, they get marked with Cull, and if they fall below the Cull execute range within a certain amount of time, they will also die and reset Bucky's ult, making this probably the best ult in the game for team wiping, other than maybe like Jeff throwing people off the map, which also, honorable mention, Jeff could be one of the most overpowered characters in the game, but that's purely because of his ult. So I didn't put him on here because I think Luna Snow and Mantis are just better. Also, if you are playing into a Bucky, do not play Loki, because Bucky can use Loki clones to reset his ultimate just like a normal hero. Just a little tip, do not play Loki into Bucky. Okay, that's my list. If you agree or disagree, like I said, please let me know down in the comments. Really appreciate talking to you guys. It's super fun. And yeah, let me know what you think of the list, and have a great day. See ya.